So you can kind of see, nice, nice, go guys, go. You can kind of see my mentality as I look at it. The labyrinth, the labyrinth's been one of the biggest challenges as a guild leader. It was new. My guild guys did not like it. that's that's the rough, the raw, and the rugged. My guild just did not like it. They claimed they didn't understand it. They claimed it was too hard. When it first came out, it was ridiculously hard, and the rewards weren't there. It is totally worth it in my book, and I just I don't know if like some of the guys have been playing too long and they're like, this is not content I care about. Uh, it's not guaranteed runes, which is the big problem of lab, I think. Again, hopefully they just tweak. Uh, but what I can tell you is the players, they either love something or they don't. Maybe if I was able to do this on a harder level, my team and my guys would follow suit. So I think that's one thing that I'm gonna look into more. So those are some of the things that you look at, the mentality of your guild leader and what it's like being in a guild. These points here, these member ranks, this is also pretty cool. If you're not doing this as a guild leader, you really should. You should be looking at these constantly as guild leaders, and especially, it's kind of that's kind of awkward, right? In Siege Battle, I'm not even in the top 3. But that's good though. That's good though. So I like how these guys are taking aim at that. Our Siege Battles are pretty spectacular for involvement. Our guild battles are pretty good for involvement. We have obviously, what is this? Several people who are taking the reins. So that's the other thing you have to look at is your member ranks for all of this stuff. Labyrinth, right? Here I am rank 4 because I haven't even finished my attacks. Then you go into arena, world arena. Who's doing the best in the arena? Who's like focusing on their stuff? This is how you get to know your guild. Like Danny Boy's doing a world that. But then here's how you get to know your guild. Like who needs help doing stuff, right? So if you're looking at this as a guild leader, who's last? This guy can't even do B10. Like this guy has a 9-minute Necro B10 run. So as a guild leader, maybe I look at that and I say, okay, how do I help that guy? Hall of Magic, B10. These guys haven't even finished it. 2 minutes, 23 seconds. As a guild leader, how do I look at that? So the big thing about it is for guild leader is, just looking at everybody's numbers all the time. He's got an F on the Ice Beast, but at least he's trying. So, maybe you just post a message in here too, right? Who needs help? Who would like some help? Who would like some help in getting times down for giants through Necro? So we do that, right? It's just or you could just be like who's twins, and then you just do this as the guild leader. That way maybe these guys just read a message and they don't want to come out, right? Because this is a very random game and people don't want to be judged. So maybe you do whose twins are ruined really. Whose twins are ruined? Who's got no, you do this. Who's got really sick twins for dungeons built, right? And so that who's got really sick, who's got really strong twins, who's got really good twins for the dungeons built. And so if you have guys that are in your guild and they do have good stuff built, and maybe as a guild leader you just need to just throw some stuff out there really quick, but you don't want to put anybody on the spot, it's always good to just kind of see when you're looking through that information what monsters are good for those dungeons and how they could help that person, and then maybe like somebody else will come forward. You don't want to say maybe, but I got the twins built for dungeons. See, he comes right out and says I got twins built for dungeons. Now if anybody else needs to look at twins in the guild, right? So you have member rank, and then you go down to Karos, and then like suck my luck, right? If he needs twins for the dungeons, if Pablo Diablo, if Joe wants to look at it, if Oisumi, so if any of these guys want to look at their twin builds, right? They can just go through and just instantly look at B-dubs. It's easier to connect people and let them spy on other people, and just absolutely let your guild help itself out. Getting the guild to help itself out is one of the best things you can do. One of the big things that I forgot to add into this video, and I know this isn't the normal format, I know this looks like a really bad cutscene, but be real with your guildies. I've actually typed it in my chat numerous times over the years how rageful I've gotten at this game. Like, this game is so ridiculous to you sometimes, and I hate to make this video even longer as I'm cutting it down, but I just remembered to always be real with your guildies. This game's super frustrating for me, and I think I've thrown my phone so many times about this Summoners War. So that's the huge thing about being a guild leader too, is it's okay to type those messages of rage about Summoners War in the guild chat. I think my guys over the time and my guildies have appreciated some of those messages, and I didn't even realize how much other people rage at this game just like I do. So that's a big thing too, is it's okay to type those messages once in a while when Summoners War just really gets on your last nerve. Trust me, everybody else has been there. Okay? So obviously we say thank you. Thank you, B-dubs. Thank you, B-dubs. And then we'll just say, if anyone is looking to lower their speed times, the twins are a great are great. So that's how you get your guild involved with each other and doing some letting itself take off. The other thing is too, as a guild leader, you get 2 vice guilds, right? Or vice guild leaders. Use them. So send them messages. They should just be guys. They can rotate. If you make it like a rotator thing, like let people know, like, hey, listen, in our guild here we have a high fluctuation, and my guild, because it is very fluid, nobody lasts forever. So getting attached to people being my vice guild leader, Zamarian's been with us for a while. Brilliant Wish is a great guy, and I game with him on several games. So these guys are just good guys, and I know they're not gonna run anybody out, and I know they're not gonna delete anybody that doesn't deserve to be deleted. But at the same time, if I say, hey, look, Zamarian, can you handle guild battles for this week? I'm going on a getaway. He should be a reliable guy to just be make sure the guild's still running while I'm on my getaway. Or Brilliant Wish, these guys should all be helping each other build the teams. They should care about your guild as much as you do, right? They should be having as much fun in the game as you are. So that's stuff that I constantly look at for our guild. Surfing other people's islands, I don't do it as much as I should. Looking at their monsters, I do that all the time. And okay, we can do this too. So one of the things that takes a long time to do, and I don't like doing this, but let's just go into, I don't know, Trash Dozer, right? Okay, so let's visit Trash Dozer. Here's how you can kind of help somebody ruin their units without actually being there. Thanks for the subscribe, bro. That's always cool to have while we're recording. So he's got a really well-built Lapise on Vampire. Why would he have her on Vampire? This is why you help your teammates, right? He doesn't need her on Vampire, and she does hit pretty well. She's kind of, so she's his farmer, right? As a guild leader, you just have to go in, have to help your team. His Rayak, his 2A Rayak is already fully skilled. That's a really good Rayak. The speed. See this guy? He's got crit rate. Oh my lord. Okay. So anyway, helping people re-rune their stuff when come on camera. Helping people re-rune their stuff is kind of important too. And I've seen people, when you go through and re-rune some of their stuff with them, buy into your guild more. And so that's a big thing too, is helping people like play the game. You know, like J-Honk. He logged in 3 hours ago. What's J-Honk got? He's got a bunch of stuff all over the place. He's level 23. And he's got a couple... he's got one twin. A Chakram Dancer. So anyway, right? Like, this guy here, he's got some decent stuff. He's ready to 6-star something. So what would you do as a guild leader? You know, would you, like, let him 6-star something wrong? Or would you be like, you know, I see that you're getting ready to 6-star something. What were you thinking about? So let's just message him really quickly. J-Honk, right? Build. Noticed. So first of all, noticed you were about to 6-star a monster. What were you thinking? Or which one? Which were you thinking? Bam. So, you know, that's a good thing to do, right? Because your guys need to know that you're looking at their stuff, you want them to do well, and as a guild leader, that's your job. So the guild leader has jobs of, you know, making sure that the guild is attacking, keeping an eye on all these swords that aren't used, right? How do I get my guys to attack more? That's always a big thing. Big thing to find out how to attack more and use your swords is find out where your people are from. Because I've been 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. Guild Wars, I've done 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Guild Wars, I've done whatever, 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. Dude, if you got people that are in China, they're in Asia, they're in the Middle East, they're in the UK, they're in the United States, they're in Mexico, they're in Canada, they're, you know, in Hawaii. Dude, they're all over the place. You just gotta set a standard time and stick to it so your guild knows when to attack. Like, they all know 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. Like, look, 12 p.m. is about to line up. They know that the guild battle is about to start fresh. Today's Monday. Obviously, it's a little bit different of Slack, right? But that's the bottom line to get people to attack in your guild wars. The Siege Wars happen standard, and Tartarus Labyrinth, if you look up here, it actually tells you when it closes and when it opens. So that way you guys can look at that and kind of keep an eye on it. And that's kind of where I'm at. So I think we're gonna just finish that for right now. Oh, as a guild leader, you have to write all this stuff too. And then, you know, you have to keep checking this thing here. Last month, actual average guild activity was 7,000. So this is important too before we cut this short. If the average was 7,000 last month, right? You look to see that I have 10,000 and the lowest guy right now has 0. So we're averaging everything from 10,000 to 0. Now, if you make a guild average of 7,000, that's what we were last month. That's all of this stuff here. That's all these points. Everything. No, not the Ice Beast. But, like, that's all your content for guild battles. That's all your content for siege battles. That's all your content for lab. Like, these points here, are what make or break your guild. 10,000, 7,800. That's what makes or make or breaks your guild on all of it. So make sure people understand that you're trying to get higher up guild points for the guild. What else do I look into? I think that's about it. So yeah, running a guild isn't easy. It's not for everybody. You're sad to see people go. You're happy to see people come. before you know it, some guys, you turn around and you look and you're like, geez, you know, you've been hanging out for like 2 years. That's pretty sweet, man. You know, time flies in this game when you're just playing it every day and you just look up into your guild and you're like, wow, this guy's been a part of the guild for 2 years. Holy cow. So that's the fun part of running it. You know, it's the other thing is too, there's a lot of heartbreak. Like I said, you know, you get some guys that don't always agree and they take off and they take a couple guys with the guild with them, and you know, somebody's doing too much interaction in the guild and then people get attached to that one person and they go with them and all that stuff happens. But as a guild leader, you know, you kind of like the game and you're just playing to do really well in the game and help other people out. I've been really tempted to merge several times and like just say, you know, something, I'm done with this guild stuff and I don't want to run it anymore. But you know, that's part of it. And then you just get back in, and one of my guys actually said, he's like, you know, I don't want to merge. He's like, this guild has been my entire career in the game. He's like, I've only known this guild. He's like, I've gotten all my rewards from Rift Damage, and he didn't want, you know, so that was kind of a cool thing to notice. Like people take pride in your guild. So don't forget, as a guild leader, like your guys like your guild just as much as you do. Sometimes you don't even realize it. That's rewarding. The rewards for running your own guild, and watching people grow and watching people's accounts get better and helping them out and watching their times go down. Um, that's really the best thing you can do. You're doing homework because you want to get good at the game, but you're also doing homework so when it comes up and you can like help out other guys in the game, or other girls in the game. Sorry, you know, generally want to be able to make sure that they're running at their finest performance. So, from me to you, this is Iron Josh. Thanks for tuning in to another Summoner's War and Coffee. Huge rant on what it's like being a guild leader. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm totally going to get a better call sign because it seems like every YouTube streamer says most of you guys interact